Okay, so let's just keep this short and sweet. I'm just going to compare the two sabers in a couple different aspects. I'm going to compare them in craftsmanship of the hilt itself, like the feel, the design, how it came, to my house from the company. Let's compare sound quality and electronics. Let's compare user friendliness, and let's compare customer service of the two companies. Other than that, we can compare like blade brightness and stuff like that too. We'll touch on that a little bit, but all in all, I just want to like kind of just put the two hilts side by side and just see how they stack up and do it in like a point system. So let me go grab my Electrum from the display case because first topic is craftsmanship and hilt design. Electrum hilts literally look so good that it's in my display case. All right, so you can see here, obviously I got like all my Black Series figures and stuff up in there. A couple more down here. But there's the Electrum hilt sitting on display, along with some other sabers, Ultra Saber stuff, but whatever, I weathered those. Kind of hard to see down there in the bottom, but got some stuff from my childhood, and that was passed down to me from my uncle. I need to put lights down here in the bottom, but either way, let's go ahead and grab the Electrum hilt. Man, look at that puppy. God, the thing's nice. All right. Okay, so first up is the Electrum hilt. So, as you can see in the video, very thin, tiny design. I mean, I can wrap my hands all the way around this puppy. I've never held a Vader's Vault saber, but I feel like this probably is close in thinness. This whole grenade section right here just feels really nice and smooth. It's not too rough. Basically, the first time I held an Electrum saber, I was like, this is what it feels like to hold a lightsaber. So there's that. And then this is my Sabertrio. I got the Aaron. I'm actually in the process of weathering it, and with both of these, neither one of the weathering jobs are from the factory or the company. The weathering on the Electrum I did myself with some spray paint and stuff like that, and some aluminum black. Now I will say, like right out the bat, like from Electrum, the weathering job was awesome. The only reason I did it myself and redid it was I found I got really sweaty hands, and my sweaty hands kind of smeared theirs off, their weathering job off, which sucks because I really like theirs. But I went through and sanded it, took some oven cleaner and stripped the anodizing off, drilled a couple holes, a couple extra holes in the bottom of my saber to make the sound vent more. So I've done a lot of aftermarket stuff to the Electrum saber. It actually doesn't even have their stock speaker, so keep that in mind when we go to the electronics portion, because their stock speaker is a lot louder than the speaker I have. But within, I don't know, less than a week, the speaker that came in the saber broke and just stopped working. We'll get into that too with the customer service part of the video and everything, but back to the Sabertrio here. Again, I'm kind of working my way up from the bottom, trying to weather it myself, and I mean, it's going okay so far. I still feel like there's some things that I need to do to touch it up, but basically this black right here is how it came. I just got the dark edition Aaron. But a little size comparison here. I was nervous that Sabertrio sabers were going to be thick and bulky like Ultra Sabers, but I mean, if you actually see, they're really thin. So that's actually pretty comfy. Now, size comparison here. See if I can line them up. That's what you're looking at. One's a little about, I don't know, 1.5 inches longer than the other. thinness wise, Electrum's definitely the thinner of the two sabers, but both of them feel extremely comfortable in the hand. Woo! So, as far as hilt design, hilt craftsmanship, from the company right out the box, you can't go wrong either way. But I'm actually going to give the point to Electrum. I think their hilts are beautiful. Even the Evo Flex, which is like their take on the Graflex. I haven't held one in person, but that thing looks freaking sweet, man. They look and feel exactly how I feel lightsabers would really feel in real life. This thing's right in front of my face while I'm talking. Whatever, I don't care. You guys aren't here to see my face anyways. But both companies are great at the machining and, you know, the build of the saber. Like, this still feels like quality when you unwrap it from Sabertrio. I mean, it's perfect. The brass accents and stuff, that's what I picked option wise. They've got a bunch of different options you can pick. I believe now both companies do acid etching, I think, which is kind of cool that Electrum's starting to do that. It's just that second topic, the electronics. Before we get into that portion of the video, I just want to say, if I could buy empty Electrum hilts, or if I could even just pay Electrum like an extra $100 or $150 or something to put the CFX board from this in there, they would skyrocket in sales. Like, they would have my money. I wouldn't probably order from another company. But the electronics is where, let's just say the tables turn and the competition gets a little bit tighter. So I'm going to give you guys a demo of that. I'm going to run the same sound fonts on both. Now, unfortunately, like I said, the Electrum does not have the stock speaker in it. It's got a separate speaker, so it will sound better if you bought or purchased an Electrum than what my video will show you. But there's still, other than just like the speaker quality, there's a lot of issues with the sound. It's very picky, it's very finicky. It's got to be the same bit rate, it's got to be the same file type. You have to like name the files a certain way. The SD card has to read certain, I don't know. It's a fuck ton of stuff. Sabertrio, drag it, drop it, put it on there. Bingo, bango, bongo, hotels.com, ready to go. Like, it's good. But let's get into like a demo of the two powered on, running the same sound file. That's what we're all waiting for. Turn these puppies on. Ooh. Daddy's getting drunk tonight. Both sabers here. So you don't make fun of me because I'm in my daughter's room, but it gets the darkest out of all the rooms in the house, so whatever. Alright, so Electrum sabers, I'm going to show you guys like the boot up time it takes for each saber. So I took the pommel off. I have to use a little like lever because I got fat fingers. Alright, get out of deep sleep. See those little lights. Put the pommel back on. And again, 19 sound fonts on this, so y'all will see how long it takes for it to boot up. Basically, when you hear the noise, you know I can turn it on. So let's do a little comparison of fonts here. First one is Young Solo by Kesa, actually. Still just waiting on that boot up. Could finish my damn beer, actually. Could probably finish another beer. Not be drinking that beer.
I need toilet paper. I want to be free of this pain.
Okay, so right around a minute. Alright, so power ons. And it cut out. So that's a big issue with Electrum sabers. Again, fonts are picky, so let's try it again. Cut out again. Smooth swing. Accent swings. Alright, blaster deflection. Alright, so I'll show you the clashes and the lockup. Now, in order to be able to get the saber to do blaster deflection, you have to have something called auto lockup turned on. From my experience, you can't do both at the same time. So what auto lockup is when it clashes, and if you sit still, it'll go into lockup, which is a cool feature. And when you swing, it'll go out of it. Now, I wish that this button on the touchpad, I could just tap the blaster block and then I could press and hold for lockup, but that's not how it works. Unfortunately, I thought that was going to be something that was fixed in the update, and it doesn't seem like it was addressed. So, cool thing about this is from the Saber, you have your onboard menu, but you have to go through each setting to get to the next profile. Pretty sure this is pretty awesome. Alright, now let's see. There goes an ignition cut out. Again. Alright, let's try to go to the Ahsoka one that I have. There it is. Alright. So this is the Sorcerer font by Kyberphonic. Accent swings. Clashes. Lockup. I think I have two different lockups. Okay, so there goes the one from the Mandalorian. So I mean, it still sounds good. It's just those occasional glitches in the software. This is Sabertrio, Deep Sleep, Young Solo.
Did you come back to say you forgive me?
I mean, it's instant. Smooth swing, accent swings. Blaster. Lockup. Lockup will actually move too. It has end locks, which is pretty cool. Flashes. Ignitions. Ahsoka font on the Sabertrio.
Where is Grand Admiral Thrawn?
And listen to those accent swings. God. Alright, reflection. I mean, it just feels like a real damn lightsaber.
His Grand Admiral Thrawn.
So my favorite part about any like custom saber is when you have a badass quote while the saber's off. Like you can't see it, but I'm twirling it around right now. But when the saber's off, you get a badass quote and then it just ignites. That's the coolest thing. Unfortunately with Electrum, you don't get that unless it comes out of deep sleep. Another cool thing about CFX is if you just tap the auxiliary button once, you can get your battery meter. So I'm like 40%, almost 50. If it's all the way to the top, it'll be green. So that's a cool feature.
Sound bank selection.
See if I can find that font I'm talking about.
Young second sister. Over here. While speaking to go, I will give you so much more. What could you give me? Everything.
I mean, how awesome is that? Even the turn off, like you can change all that on CFX.
Jedi.
One of the most important parts of CFX. Spoiler alert, if you haven't watched The Mandalorian, turn it off now. But this is when Luke Skywalker makes his epic return.
He doesn't want to go with you.
He wants your permission.
But you can do this. Background music and pause it and stop it whenever you want. If I don't like that song, just go to the next one. And the force effects, crushing the battle droid. Throw it in the head of the battle droid. So I was gonna do a whole comparison about every aspect, like customer service, you know, user friendliness, all this stuff, and I slept on it, I got to thinking about it, and I'm just gonna say just fucking get a Sabertrio. If you can get your hands on a Sabertrio when they open up their site, fucking buy it. You will not be disappointed. Trust me. It's the right call. Just get a Sabertrio. Plain and simple. Video over.
Get a fucking Sabertrio. Bye.